I've been playing music for 36 years.
Sweet and slowly.
And you can trust me when I say you don't know how to practice. Maybe you've been practicing for hours, days, weeks, months, years, decades, but it still feels like you're not improving fast enough. Maybe you know your scales and your chords, maybe you don't, but when you actually play something creative, nothing seems to flow, or you just simply don't like the way you sound. Maybe you've always wanted to improvise or write music, but every time you try, you feel lost, like you're missing some secret that nobody ever taught you. All these sessions end in frustration. So check this out. There's a statistic out there that says 50% of music students are dropping out of lessons. This shows that most systems of teaching music are deeply flawed. Most people are taught music completely backwards, and that's why so many musicians struggle for years, never feeling truly free when they play. But what if I told you there's a better way, a way to unlock your creativity, play with confidence, and actually enjoy making music, dare I say, without years of frustration or hundreds of thousands of dollars invested? I know this because I spent years struggling too, until I discovered a completely different way to learn. A method that doesn't just teach you music, but actually makes it click and all fit together. The truth? It's not your fault. Traditional music education was never designed to make you a creative, expressive, forward-thinking musician. It was designed to make you a follower of rules, not a creator. So take a look at the difference between traditional lessons and creative lessons. In creative lessons, you're just going to get more slices of the pie. You're going to be able to have more skills. So real musicians, the ones that can sit down and just play, they don't learn through drills and repetition, really. They learn by understanding how music actually works at its fundamental level so that they can bend it, shape it, and make it their own. The thing is, on the street, everyone's saying the word talent, but talent really has nothing to do with this. The real issue is you don't have a system that works or a method that you can depend on. And you especially don't have the right mentor, or you don't have a mentor at all. Ask yourself, are you ready to start making the music you really want to make? Because the reason why you haven't is because you skipped over the basics. You need to learn how to apply these fundamentals directly to what you're creating and what you're practicing. If you want limitless creativity, if you want ultimate confidence on stage and in the studio, you want to finally understand music and stand out from the crowd, you're going to want to have clear definitions. Having clear definitions is half the battle. The other half, applying these definitions and this knowledge in a way that actually works. But let's be honest, why is creativity so difficult? It seems like no matter what we do, we're just unbelievably critical of ourselves. This self-deprecation is holding us all back. So what's the secret to beating this? It's withholding your own criticism. And that is the key to unlocking creativity. You've probably heard of this artist called Doechii. She's one of the biggest breakthrough artists right now, but she got fired from Taco Bell back in 2020. Started this book, which is really a course called The Artist's Way. She focused for 12 weeks, sound familiar? And things started unfolding. She made a hit song and recently won a Grammy for Best Rap Album. You might be thinking, there's no way I could do that. But that's the thing, mindset is everything. When I decided to follow the artist's way and implement my own system, my own creative music system, or the musician's way into my life, that's when the magic happened. I became a solo artist and a producer. I could hear anything on the radio or in sessions and play to it. I could improvise over any song. Learning music, even my own, became a breeze. It was effortless. And this isn't possible just for me. It's possible for you and everyone else that I've worked with. So here's the thing. You need a mentor to guide you. You need a mentor to hold you accountable. You need a proven system to follow that you know is going to work. And you need a community of support to learn from. That's exactly what the creative music system is going to give you. I know this because I lived it. I studied classical piano in New York, earned my master's degree, learned all the rules. But when I graduated, I still felt like something was missing. I was an overachiever, but very frustrated, and realized that the university system is deeply flawed, just like my private lessons. I moved to Chicago, dove into the psychedelic rock scene, played in bands, experimented with improvisation and electronics, and I finally started to feel my groove and feel the music instead of just reading it. If you're an indie pop fan, you probably know these artists. I was in a psych band called Soft Candy in Chicago with Alex Bredin of Mild High Club. I helped him write college papers, worked on recordings together, and it helped him get clarity while he was at Columbia College. Paul took a few lessons with me. He was also going to the same college, and he was looking to uncover secrets at the piano. So I've been out there. I worked as a professional for a long time as a performer and a teacher. But there was a problem happening in Chicago. I wasn't really reaching my full potential. So I took a chance one day when I felt like the band wasn't working out anymore, and I moved to LA. And when I moved to LA, I reinvented myself. I started participating in the Artist's Way course, and I started developing my own method that reflected that in terms of music. Calling myself Alex Magic. This was transcendental. This is when I started teaching, playing, and writing differently. And my students, they started learning 10 times faster than before. Oh, and one more thing. I was able to move to Brazil while keeping my education business and my solo career going during the pandemic. And I believe you too can achieve a dream life like this through music. But don't take it from me. Check out the students. Here's James. James just wanted vocal lessons when he showed up at my door, but he ended up composing an entire album. Check it out.
Alex Rowney is an incredibly versatile teacher. We hired him to teach me voice and the kids piano, and he ended up teaching us voice, guitar, drums, piano, how to compose music, and eventually he worked with me to compose an entire album.
He was able to do this because we started working on the fundamentals. And by working on these basics, the things he did not bother to learn in his previous lessons and with his previous teachers, or maybe it wasn't his fault. Maybe the teachers just weren't communicating it in a way that worked for him. Check out another student of mine named Lisa. You won't believe this, but she was actually already in a famous band. And still, she had issues at the piano. She felt really tense. She felt uncomfortable. She hated the way she sounded, and she was always comparing herself. But check out what happened.
My name is Lisa Gunger, and I've had the opportunity to play and sing with a variety of bands for over a decade. I also have played and sang and produced with the band Gunger, and I produce my own music and write my own music under Isama. So I've been doing music for quite a while now, but felt like I was lacking the foundational skills that I needed to be a proper pianist. Alex's extensive music history knowledge, his technique, just his amazing musicianship has really changed how I approach the piano and how I think about music even. So I highly recommend him.
This made me realize something. I had cracked the code, a universal system for practice and creativity. I have students aged 4, complete beginners, to advanced adults, and even retirees in their 80s, all making amazing stuff. And this makes me so happy because I can help millions of people with this new system. But hear me out. This system is for everything music related, but it's not for everybody. Why? Because this requires an actual commitment from you. Are you the kind of person who's willing to do the work to get to the result? Because honestly, talent isn't the thing holding you back. It's you standing in your own way. So let's address the elephant in the room, okay? How do I practice with these 3 simple steps, supposedly, right? Each step is broken down into 2 parts. The right brain for your creative side and the left brain for your analytical and your practice. Step number 1 is setting up recording environments. We're going to be working our left brain here by doing practicing in recording environments. By practicing within these recording environments, we're going to be able to properly reflect the practice that we've put out there. We're going to be able to establish feedback loops that are going to give us audio-visual information in real time and help us to get to the bottom of what's really holding us back, okay? The right brain is where we're going to dive into creativity. We're going to be doing improvisation. We're going to be doing free improvisation, structured improvisation, improvisation over your tunes and your favorite songs. Compositions. We're going to be able to learn to speak and write music like a language instead of only reading it. Step 2, we're going to master virtual sheet music. We're going to get that left brain going by copying music, by recopying basically PDFs and other stuff that we download. We're going to learn how to label, group, and analyze all of that information, okay? Then we're going to go into the right brain and we're going to work at improvising on the page. We're going to look at how to compose and how to develop variations and how to get out of the comfort zone with or without frameworks. Step 3 is the models and methods. Okay, models and methods applies to the right brain and the left brain. So for the left brain, the models are full track remakes and analyses. For the method, we're going to be using the bulletproof practice checklist, which is 11 steps to making sure you're never lost during practice again. Okay, so the right brain models are going to be writing originals and arrangements inspired by the remakes. And the method is the integration of theory into the structured and unstructured composition and improvisation. All of this is done with 2 or 3 simple software tools and using them in such a way that I don't see anyone else talking about. And this is what's going to make you achieve these amazing results in 3 months or less. And all of this is going to be yours without breaking the bank. I added up roughly how much I spent on music education. This is how much it cost me to have the knowledge I have. But don't you worry, I want this program to be better than that. I want it to be accessible and affordable as possible for you so that the program only costs a few $100s. Now, I want you to ask yourself, are you willing to start making the music you want? Are you really proud of the music you're making right now? Or are you doing it at all? Because if you aren't, you already know what happens when you do nothing about it. But if you're serious about making progress, and if you're done feeling stuck, and if you're ready to finally take control of this music journey, you need to book a call with me. I do the admissions in this program because I want this community to be filled with people who are serious about music, people who are open-minded, coachable, and dedicated to doing the work so they can experience an actual transformation. So if playing and writing on a pro level excites you and you're ready to make the necessary shifts, you want to be part of this program. Book a call and we're going to identify your specific goals and the roadblocks that's been standing in your way that you've been experiencing personally. Once we know these, we're going to draw up a personalized plan of attack, get you oriented, set up, and get you experiencing results from day one. Passing this up means giving up on those dreams, forever keeping your hidden musical talent in the shadows, a mere thought instead of a realized dream. Missing this opportunity means missing the opportunity to experience an economic and a personal transformation through music, missing the opportunity to live your seaside or your mountaintop dream, able to live and travel where you please, all earning money with your passion. It means sitting back and letting life pass you by, keeping this forever a secret, forever feeling in doubt, and that things are never really taking off. And if you can't stand one more day of this feeling, like you're less than good enough to do this music thing, then you need to book a call. Because the best part is, for now, these calls don't cost anything. So what's your excuse for not getting the opportunity to get some help and clarify your vision? To be able to break through the comfort zone that you have around your music abilities right now and shed the weight of lacking confidence in yourself and your ability to break through to the core. Get on the call now because you've got everything to lose, actually. If you miss this opportunity, not gonna lie, I'm gonna cap the membership in this group if it's too many people because I wanna be able to serve everyone in a meaningful way and I want transformations happening. If I feel like you're not the kind of person that would benefit, this isn't going to work for either of us. Honestly, if you have gotten this far, I am almost certain that you would benefit from the creative music system. So book a call now and let's get cracking on those dreams.